Once you get an order email, and then if you go into WooCommerce and click on settings, you'll see emails here. And then once you click on emails, it's going to show you who it's being sent to. So in this case, it's going to the new order is canceled, failed, or all going to Tracy. So they could be changed. They're also, when the email is sent out, it is coming from Tracy. So you may want to change these two emails. You could also change the color on the emails that go out to people if you like. And then once you're finished, you select Save Changes. Now, when an order comes in, you're going to have an email go to you, and then you can also log in here and go to Orders. And then if you look at these, you've got a failed on hold processing, right? So the failed orders is if someone's trying to place an order and their credit card didn't go through or some other stuff is happening. So if you look at this, it starts to give you the notes on what's happening. Is so authorized net failure, reason 13, merchant ID, passwords invalid. So it didn't have the correct login credentials for the transaction. So I did that on purpose just so you could see what the process is for the error messages. So that's going to be a failed order, right? So you need to fix that. We already did all that, but say that happens, you can go ahead and contact us. We can take a look at it. So the next one down, if you look at the orders, it's going to say on hold. Now this was just a test that we did as a check. We did check payment. So if you do any kind of check payments or cash on delivery or anything like that, you're going to see it go to this on hold status. So it goes through these levels. It's waiting check payment. So say, for instance, they send a check in, and not everybody's going to see this edit with oxygen at the top. It'll just be Tracy and myself. But say, for instance, they send a check, and you go ahead and go, okay, we got the check. You come back in to this order, and you can select completed on the order. So once I select completed, I'm going to want to hit update. So I can select update here, and it's just going to update and show that this is completed. Now, if I wanted to send a note, keep it internally, it says received, what is it? Received check 12/18/2023, James. And then that's a private note, so I say add. So it's going to make a note, and it's going to leave it in here so that somebody else can actually look at it, receive check, and then it says when I did it. Next thing down, so say, for instance, I want the customer to get a message. I can go ahead and roll over it and say, hey, James, we messed up, whatever, right? And if I select add, what's going to happen is it's going to send an email to the email on file here. So I'll get an email actually in my account right now. Okay, so once that comes in, they can reply back to you, and they're going to reply back to that Tracy email. So the last one here, if you look at these other ones, they say processing. So this means that the credit card went through, and if you look at this, applied, they ordered a shirt, pending payment for processing, authorized, charge complete. So this means it was charged, okay, and then it's processing. So once you go ahead and ship out this product, if you look at this, you got payment of your $32. You could always check authorized.net, log in there, and actually see the transactions. And do all the transaction data inside of authorized.net. Now, say for instance I wanted to refund this. Well, right now this is not a real transaction, right? It was just a test through the testing thing, whatever. But what I would do if I wanted to refund this entire order, I click on refund, and then you'll notice it's refund manually and then refund via authorized.net. So what I need to do is I need to put a 1 here so I get $19.95. And then if there's a USPS media, if I wanted to also refund the shipping, I can do $12.17 here, and then it's going to give me the refund amount of $32.12, and then it's going to say amount already refunded, restock refunded items. So say for instance they called, they canceled the order, and they don't want it, and you haven't shipped it out yet, you would just restock it. So this, in this case, I'll just put test, and then once I select refund via authorized.net, it's actually going to grab the funds from authorized.net and then refund them through there. If you select refund manually, say for instance someone came in and you handed them cash or whatever, then you would refund them manually. You wouldn't use the refund via authorized.net. So I'm not going to do that right now. Hit cancel. If I did do that, it'll change this order oh, excuse me, to a refunded order. Okay, it would change it to refunded. So I'm not going to change that either. So let's go back to orders. Then lastly, you got this latest one that came in, and this was also through a test credit card, and the same thing. So there was no account for the customer. You got all the information here. Here's all the info, stock levels, all the authorizations and everything. Say, for instance, they contact you and say, hey, I did not get my order email. You can select the order email, resend new order notification. So email invoice, order details to customer, select that, select update, and that's going to send an email with the original invoice for this invoice, this order. Lastly, if you do get printing label, the shipping address needs to be verified with USPS. So if we do go continue, let's see here, shipping labels, authentication failed. So there's a shipping issue here with the shipping label, so I have to check it out and see what's going on with that thing. But I think that's just because I put a bogus thing in here. So anyway, so that's how you process the orders inside of WooCommerce for this website.